What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle, where today we are going to be killing some plague villagers in order to make this happen. Then I'll probably go up there and I'll capture the crown because that tax is way too high. And unfortunately, there's no way else for me to police it except to go up there and ride out on somebody. So anyways, we got a couple of these guys coming through. Let me see if I can deal a little bit of damage here. I don't know if the wisest way to fight these is with the halberd or how we really want to do this. Maybe like stabbing or something might work. There it is. Well, he's still dealing damage. I don't know. We'll see what happens for right now, but I'm going to try and get some damage done this way first. We'll see how it plays out. Hopefully nobody decides to jump us while we're attacking these things because they are... Oh, God, that scared me right there. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. That scared the hell out of me, but we need burglary tools, and so that's what I'm trying to get right now. We got plenty of javelins, so I think that... Oh, that was terrible. The javelins, I don't know. It seems like to me... Ooh. It seems to me like they pull off in one direction versus another. Flophaven is right behind us, so we got to watch out for ganks from them, although I think they have a piece running right now with Chivalry. I don't know. We'll see what happens. There is a demarcation line in between Flophaven and Chivalry. Right now, people are arguing because somebody apparently got raided while they were offline. There's nothing I can do about this unless somebody gives me names, by the way. I get a lot of bug reports from people. I'm sorry. I get a lot of admin reports from people that are just like, I've been raided. I'm like, well, if you don't give me a name, there's not much I can do about it. We'll grab that right there. Alright, I don't see anything else out here. Let me grab these plague berries. Obviously, shoving plague berries into your mouth is always a good idea. Like, tastes like hepatitis. Man, it's the most delicious berry that I've ever had in my mouth ever. Kill off a couple more of these dudes in here, although we are in a little bit of rough shape. I think we could use some health. You heal a little bit each time that you eat something, but I think we pretty much killed off the majority of the plague villagers for right now. We did get some better loot out of it, though, which is pretty cool. I mean, we got some gloves that are slightly better. Oh, never mind. Those are iron. I thought they were steel for a second, but we did get a steel hatchet, which is badass. So let me test that. I don't think I've ever made a steel hatchet before. I don't think I've ever once spent the time to... Oh, my God. It's so fast. It whips around so quickly. Yeah, this tax is going to have to go. I figure we'll head up there right now and we'll see if we can fight for the kingship and if we get rid of these guys. The 20% tax is way too high, and I made a rule that for a couple of days you wouldn't be able to put the tax above like 10-15%. Just to let people get started, because this is when the majority of building was going to take place on the server. However, people have been very, very aggressive with the taxing, although there's really no point, because like it's not like you can defend the crown anyways. Somebody's just going to come along in 20 minutes and steal it from you anyhow, and so I don't know. I just don't know. It doesn't seem to be worth the effort to me until you're able to actually barricade it off and make it yours. For right now, let's make sure there's no more plague villagers out here. We'll come back and we'll get a few more on the way back in. I don't know how long their respawn is. But oh, there's one right there. Okay, so let's go on out. I'm going to get this stack of javelins right here all up and out of the way. I'm going to grab flax while I'm out here too because we could use it. Unfortunately, something's lagging us out at the moment. I'm not sure what it is. It could be just about anything at this point, though. This big bastard over here. Ah! Oh, I got him. Hell yeah. That never happens. I got him from a long range. Ooh, that one's right into the abdomen. That one bounced right off. Apparently, I need better implements that are sharper. That one's straight into his forehead. I don't see him doing well after that one. That's a real medical emergency that he needs to concern himself with. I don't know what the best way to fight these is. I'm assuming it's stabbing with a spear or something. Make life a little bit easier, but it seems like they damage you even when they don't damage you, so I don't know. Sometimes they don't drop anything either. Oh, this cheap bastard didn't have nothing. Broke-ass plague villager. Broke-ass plague villager. And now you're literally broke-ass. Sorry, pal. I didn't mean to be that hard on your ass, but I had to do what I had to do. We also need iron while we're up and in here. So there is a point in us being on this side of the map. Hopefully we can manage to accomplish the things that we came out to do in today's episode without getting ourselves ganked, killed, maimed, or otherwise destroyed. Let me eat a couple more berries. Make sure that the health is creeping upwards. There we go. If you keep yourself properly hydrated and taken care of, you should be able to heal pretty rapidly. I'm going to keep a weapon out for right now. And in fact, ooh, there's another plague villager over there. It's not the time. We'll come back later. I keep getting sidetracked. Oh, there's a levitating crate right there. Isn't that just great with the levitating crate? As of right now, I can't decide if the new server rules are actually working or if the old server rules of just like do whatever the hell you want worked better. I'm not really sure how to police this anymore. I've basically given up on it just because between Alpha 11 breaking the admin panel, I don't know if other servers have admins, but for right now, if I assign admins on the server, the whole thing just falls apart and nobody can log on, and I get that downloading characters error that came along with Alpha 11. So for right now, we know that there's people up and on the right of us. I'm going to try and keep my head down. We need to get ourselves 600, 700 iron. It's got to be a pretty good grip of iron before I can go back to base. And I should probably do it after I fight for the crown. But I'll do it now because what's risk without reward? You got to have both in order for the situation to be properly stimulating. It's weird that there's nobody out in the field right now. This place has just been like a bloodbath. I'm afraid to like correct that guy on how wrong he is about that rule right there, because then everybody will know that I'm online and they'll start hectoring me with questions like the second I say anything. Start emailing me and super being aggressive about like, ban him right now. I don't know. I keep my head down now when I'm on the server. I try to keep it on the D-low. Once people realize I'm here, they pretty much spend their entire time like spamming me with messages telling me to ban this guy or ban this guy. And I'll be like, why? Are there any witnesses, or is it just you saying I should ban this guy? You understand my position here. Figure we go up the hill, we get a few more of these nodes. I wonder if these guys are actually holding up on the King's Mountain for right now, or if that's actually going to be a legitimate problem that we need to be concerned about. I have my halberd, and I don't really worry about PvPing one-on-one with anybody. I seem to do fairly well, and I realize I say that after I got wrecked a couple episodes ago, but that was because I got cocky and I didn't think the other guy was going to know how to fight. Now I assume everybody knows how to fight and I play it safe, but yeah. I try to be very, very careful. Don't get cocky, kid. That's where I messed up, is I didn't listen to Han Solo. And any time in life you don't properly listen to Han Solo, that's how you know things are going to get out of line. Just take everything that Han Solo does and just do... Oh, there's a couple guys over there. Wonder if they're going to be hostile. Let me get a look. Oh, it's just... Okay, so it's two guys running around. Alright, well, I'm not interested in fighting a bunch of people who have me outnumbered. That is a concern that I am not really wanting to saddle myself with right now. Although a saddle doesn't seem like it would be super efficient for a human being, because we're not really designed to be like down on all fours, you know what I mean? It's not designed to work like that. It just isn't. And so unfortunately... Oh look, somebody is walling up the king's thing. Okay, so... That's unfortunate. I think this guy wants to fight me. I heard another weapon draw out, though. Where's the other guy? Yeah, there's a couple of them right there. Never mind. So if we're outnumbered, there's basically no way to win a fight in which you're outnumbered on this one. I don't know what they're defending or what they're doing right now, because there's a rule on walling off the King's Tower right now. So, you know, I'll have to inform them of that after the episode's over. They're not going to catch me or anything. I wouldn't worry about it. We don't have shoes on, so we don't have the debuff. They might not have shoes on either, but whatever. I don't even know if they're still giving chase. What I'll do is I'll cut to the left right here. We'll go through the Plague Village, and there's some iron nodes on the back ends right there. And then once we take care of that, I think that'll be just about everything we needed to get done during the course of this episode. Unfortunately... I would have fought him if it was just one guy, but I hate fighting against numbers in this game. It's irritating. Never works out quite well either, although they can't hit each other, and so you can actually make some humorous things happen along those lines if you're really good at positioning yourself. Make people whack their own teammates, which is pretty hilarious. However, we do need to deal with this problem over here. Throw that out there real quick. And then we'll go get the iron that's over on this side. Although we want to be aware, we did see a couple of people over here that were in the region, so we'll want to watch out. See, there, let's ask. See, now it becomes my problem, and I really don't care. Like, seriously. Like, running this server has been a complete and utter nightmare. Let's get rid of this. Alright, I think once we get this right here, I mean, I don't need to go up there anymore. Keys took off the tax, so there you go. There we go, and so we'll get the iron over on this side. Keep an eye out for anybody that might be trying to murder us. Just trying to, yeah, definitely too many buildings. See, this is why I keep my head down right here. This is why. Over the next 5 minutes, you will see. It will unfold greatly. I don't know. It's part of the problem is you can't assign admins right now. Alpha 11 broke admins, so you can't have admins on your server. Just like ruins everything. Get that iron down right there. Alright, so we'll stick to the plan. We're going to go farm out some plague villagers. And then if we murder a couple people, I wouldn't be adverse to it. That would be super awesome. I'd like to get some free... Oh, shit. I don't know how I feel about that. We got like a werewolf or something over here. Yeah, we got his ass. Twice. Thrice. Ain't it nice? Ooh. Ooh, he got us right there, though. I don't know how many HP these things have. How many HP do werewolves have? Not that many. I considered he would probably have a lot more. Let me get my hatchet out real fast. See if we can harvest off this guy and make this sort of worthwhile. I don't even know if I need anything off this corpse, but we'll give it a try. Thought I heard somebody running, but I think it was just me rotating my viewpoint. Well, we killed a werewolf. I don't think I've ever killed a werewolf before. I've seen them around, but usually I run from them because unless you got high-tier weapons, they can be kind of a pain in the ass. You gotta have those weapons with the long reach. That's the big secret to the game, is that I think as of right now, there are a number of balance issues with like the halberds, the spears, and some of the bigger weapons where they just give you too much reach versus damage. And the downside to that is that they don't swing all that much slower. So, for example, somebody with a sword should be able to outpace somebody with a polearm. The guy with the polearm should deal more damage when he hits, but the guy with the sword should be a lot faster. He should also recover from being parried quicker. And as of right now, there's no tangible benefit to using faster weapons. You're much better off using slower weapons because the recovery time is the same on both. And since the game is mostly about parrying and then also coming back with your own attack, unfortunately, I don't use the lighter weapons. I know the daggers can be nice. They're just light enough to where they're so fast that you might be able to get it done. But even so, the recovery is still a little bit slow on that one. Alright, let's get back in here. Before nightfall comes along, we'll try and get ourselves a few more stacks of goodies from some of these guys out here. Although we are full. I don't need the blood. I don't think I need the fangs either. So there's a couple things in here that are just utterly of no use to me. We'll keep the extra gloves. We got a little bit of flax. We got some berries right there. Get rid of that berry stack because it's very, very much in the way right now. How many times can you make that joke in one series? That's what the real question is. How many times can you make the berry joke before people are just like, alright, let's move on to new material? I'm definitely thinking we're going to have to do a full wipe pretty soon because the server is looking downright ratty-tatty right now. I can't get a frame rate above 30. So that's usually how you know it's about time for a reset. Unfortunately, I tried to re-downgrade the server so that it would have less players on it. And unfortunately, they won't let you do that right now. Who is this? I don't know if it's worth the gank or not. I don't know if it's worth the gank. Like, I kind of want to, but he can outrun me because he's nude. So it's not even worth, like, getting into bed with right now. Another plague villager over here. Let's see if we can do away with him. If we can get away with at least a couple more plague villagers, maybe get some more steel gear, something to sort of like backlog ourselves when it comes to good stuff, I think that we'll be in a much better position because as of right now, if I die, I'm recrafting from my stocks everything that I lost, and I want to have like a surplus. I want to have like a big stack of stuff in a chest that I can just run in and grab so we can get back into the combat when we need to. On this side, man, that was a bad throw. Unfortunately, the trajectories are weird though. There we go. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. Let me see if I can... Oh, slightly out of range right there. Slightly out of range right there. Sometimes I feel like latency plays into this more than it should. I don't know if it's just me, but I really sincerely do with the plague villagers. It seems like they behave weirdly compared to other stuff. Check around, make sure we have nobody incurring over here, because incursions are not going to be acceptable at this given moment. Got another iron woodcutter's axe. That'll work out for right now. I'll take any loot that I can get. In all fairness, everything sounds good to me. And then before we head back to base... Yeah, it looks like we're covered. So I'm going to head back to base. We'll stop everything off, and then we'll run back out and see if we can find some PvP in the center field, alright? Alright, so now that we're all situated back at home, it's time to get ourselves some resources locked in for making steel. And that should future-proof us for a while, but the first thing I wanted to do is it's super dark in here, and so I need to split up some wood, and we'll go like, I don't know, like 23 stacks and whatnot. I got a bunch of torches around here, but I never keep them like full up because typically the server is 24-hour day. Unfortunately, since that got reset, I need to get all these re-put back in, and so 16 of those should last like a while. Seriously, it should last into tomorrow probably. I think every 2 of them you get an hour and a half. I think is what it said. We'll have to split these up a little bit better, though. So we got a little bit right there. Okay. I try to keep my torches lit just because it makes my life easier. I like being illuminated. And so, yeah, 45 minutes, 26 apiece. They should be running for quite some time. I mean, a little bit under an entire day, but I shouldn't have to worry about it for a while. We're back here at home, and I am pretty pleased about it. Every time I make a successful, like, raiding run, and I make it out into the world, and then I make it back home without anything terrible happening to me, I get excited. It's just one of those things where I always expect to die when I go out in the middle of other places. It's just, you expect it to happen, and it takes the edge off. That's not what I wanted. We'll go right there. Okay, 21 for you. Yes, delightful. We'll go like 22 right there, and then we'll go like 25 right. I think that's everything, though. I think I only have like one more torch out here, right? Or, yeah, I have one over on this side. There it is. Throw that in there, and then with the final one, we'll put 22 stack of wood up in there, and so now we should be able to see properly, even though it is night. On this side, what do we have going on? We've got all of our coal ready to go. Okay, so since the coal is all here, I am going to take the remainder of some of this stuff. We'll throw that up inside of there. Got the 800 iron that we needed in order to get some of the steel done. We got a little bit of flax that I brought back with me. We've got a diamond. I think that's going to be very, very useful to have later on. I was hoping we would get a couple fuses, but unfortunately I haven't gotten any fuses yet. I saw one on another guy's base that I attacked a while back, but other than that, I haven't been able to find it. So let's take a lot of this extra stuff that we have laying around. This will help us get up and get started if we have to later on. We got a little bit right there. Okay, there's the final piece of the equation that I needed. And let me organize this real fast because all of our chests are in disarray, a data array. Who knows what data structure they're part of right now. It's all very confusing and technical. Got a little bit of extra iron right there. Okay, throw the extra bones in there because I have been lacking bones lately. Got to go talk to my doctor and figure out like what's been going on. It's been very, very embarrassing. It's led to some weird Friday nights. We got some leather, got some stone. I don't know why these are all in the wrong boxes, but I don't know. I prefer that everything be organized. Otherwise, I sit there and I just wring my hands. And it makes my hands look very, very blingy. But after a certain point, you can't wring your hands anymore because there's just too much jewelry on. And so I don't get why that seems to make people relieve stress. It doesn't do anything for me. But hey, if it helps, I suppose it helps. So we got a little bit right there. We got a little bit right there. Good. I know I just put that in there. But I'm a giant noob and I can't help it. So we've got enough to where we can make some extra iron. And we've got enough to where we can make some steel. So let's start with the steel. So we got a bellows right here. All right. And that's going to be under the resources tab, as I recall. And then what I prefer to do is actually I just press 1 until it goes all the way up. And so that should give us a really, really good fistful of steel. And that'll make our lives a lot easier. With everything that's left over right now, we're going to turn that into iron bars. And that should keep us very, very well stocked for the future. That gives us about 60-something iron. That gives us about 50-something steel. We should have a whole lot of options right now for keeping ourselves well equipped. And so I'm going to throw that into there. We'll take the coal on out. I'll probably throw some meat up in there too. We can have that cook first if they, doesn't look like it's going to work like that. Still, not a bad haul. Not a bad haul. We're looking pretty good right now. We're looking really, really, really good if I do say so myself. And so with the situation as it is right now, what I want to do next is I want to get some steel. Oh, we've actually got the iron plate gauntlets. Hold on, let me throw that into our chest. Oh, goodies. There we go. Somebody will probably combine a little bit and steal it all from us, but it can't be helped for right now. It can't be helped. And so we've got a steel flanged mace right there. Does a little bit less damage than the halberd. I don't think I'm going to use it. I like the reach. I think the reach is really kind of the major thing. Let's go see what the other people have going on for Chiselberg down here. I left the faction just because, like, I don't mind getting stolen from. It's just that when it's my own faction stealing from me, it negatively affects the episodes. And so I had to cancel an episode because of it, because I had all the stuff ready to go for the next episode. I logged out for like 45 minutes. Somebody stole all my stuff, and I was like, well, I guess I'm not recording tonight. And that was that. It sort of fixed the problem. And so for right now, I'm staying out of a faction just to keep myself from being stolen from too heavily by my own teammates. That's what really sort of irks you. It's not even the stealing. It's just the people that are supposed to be on your team coming through and jacking your stuff, and there's nothing you can do about it because there's like no witnesses and no anything else. It's like, who do you even punish for this? Okay, I wish there was like a master admin log where I could go through and like see who interacted with whose stuff, but unfortunately there doesn't appear to be. That would make my life actually a lot easier, and that would allow me to sort of filter out the bad element, but as of right now, I guess I'll just stick with the good element. You know how that goes. I mean, silicon, a very, very good element. I like it. It's one of my favorites. Oxygen, obviously, I have a huge addiction to that. I need it just to get through my day. So it looks like they're rebuilding over on this side where we were in the previous episode. They don't appear to be very well equipped. I do wish that the door situation would be fixed, though. I don't know. With the way that doors work right now, I just don't see it being super beneficial. I figure, as of right now, the second you join a guild, so I explained this in the last episode, but the second you join a guild, anybody in your guild can open any of your doors. That's a major security problem. They need to add a little tab on the doors that says me only. And then in addition, they need to take away admin's abilities to remove, they need to take away guildmaster's abilities to remove blocks, because that's just too much. Like, I don't know. It's obnoxious that the guildmaster can come through and despawn your entire base just because he wants to use your parts for building his castle or whatever, which is the problem we ran into with the first Chivalry iteration. And so there are a lot of random exploits right now that I don't think the developers thought about very well when they first implemented the way that the game worked. And I think that that's going to negatively affect team play over the long term when it comes to Reign of Kings longevity. It really does sort of take the oomph out of the game. You try and set up a team-based server, but based on the way that the game is designed, you unfortunately can't accomplish any of these things, and there's no trust between individuals on the internet. You know, like, if it was me and 5 or 6 of my friends in real life, yeah, I can trust them not to mess with my stuff because they got to go to work with me and stuff like that, and they got to deal with the dirty looks they give me all day if they mess with my stuff. However, with a bunch of people from all over the world, we don't know each other, and so for somebody to come through and loot 2,000 blocks off your base and then just walk off laughing, dancing for later, it's not uncommon. And apparently it's happened to multiple people on the server, so unfortunately, I don't know, I may reset the server, we may just go back to like a free-for-all rule set. I don't really know exactly how I want the whole thing to run, but for right now, it's essentially a free-for-all right now because you can't enforce any of the rules anyways. Oh my god, what is going on over here? That was like, we're getting some major chunking right now, hold on. Alright, about that, I barely escaped with my frame rate. I don't know, I was gripping it mightily, and unfortunately, there's a really big building over there that's totally messing with stuff, and so as we walk, I figured this is just about it for the episode anyways. We got the things accomplished that I wanted to accomplish. I'm gonna go back out to the main field, and I'll see if we can get into a fight or whatever, now that we have, like, disposable income and, like, random stuff around. What's this over here? Conquered by Chivalry. Alright, well, that was the Chivalry right there that stole from me, the same faction. But anyways, I'll see y'all in the next episode. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here. I think Reign of Kings is probably going to wind down after this. I don't know how much longer I can keep this going, simply based on the fact that, like, it's just you running around waiting for stuff to happen. And unfortunately, since I do live commentary, I could just run around and just turn on the camera whenever good stuff comes along. But hey, I figure, a couple more episodes and we'll probably be good. I don't know. My name is Splattercat. I'll see y'all later. Hi to everybody.